Okay, let's dive right into this. Today we are mastering the mechanics of time-shifting grammar. If you want to communicate with absolute precision about things that are already behind you, well, you're in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're breaking down how a few structural rules and, some notorious exceptions can completely alter the timeline of our sentences. We're going to break the whole thing down structurally and logically.
Here is our roadmap for today. 1. What is past tense? 2. The regular verb formula. 3. Past tense examples. 4. Common irregular verbs. And 5. Using signal words.
Take a look at this complete grammar map for the past tense. I always find that seeing the entire landscape first really helps us mentally categorize everything we're about to conquer, from the baseline definitions and formulas right down to the examples and exceptions. Keep this overall architecture in the back of your mind as we pull it apart piece by piece.
What is past tense?
So, the core definition from our source is elegantly simple. The past tense describes actions or events that already happened. I want you to really zero in on that phrase, already happened. That is absolutely the anchor concept for everything else we're going to cover today. It's not happening currently, it's not some hypothetical future scenario. It is sealed in the past. It has a definite final sense of completion.
And what's really fascinating here is the sheer efficiency of communicating that completion. Most regular verbs simply add the suffix ed to the base form. Think about that. Just by attaching 2 little letters, you instantly transport the entire action back in time. It's like a linguistic time machine, and a highly efficient one at that.
Moving right along to Section 2, the regular verb formula.
So the crucial point here is this formula. Subject plus your verb ending in ed plus the object. It reads exactly like a mathematical equation, doesn't it? It proves that language has a really predictable architecture. If you plug the right elements into this framework, you're consistently going to generate an accurate past tense sentence. It's loud, clear, and incredibly reliable.
Let's actually walk through how this builds sequentially. Step 1 is your subject, the who or the what that's performing the action. Step 2 is your verb with that crucial ed ending attached, the time-shifted action itself. And then step 3 is your object, the thing receiving the action. Subject, verb ed, object. 1, 2, 3. Super simple.
All right, Section 3, past tense examples. Consider this first one. She walked to work. Just picture the micro-narrative here, like a morning commute. The base verb is walk. By applying our formula, walk simply gets that ed tagged onto it, becoming walked. She is our subject, walked is our past tense verb, and to work gives us the context. The action of commuting is 100% complete.
Now check out these 2 examples. They feel like they're pulled straight out of everyday office life. They finished the report, and he called the client. Notice how perfectly finished and called follow our subject-verb-object rule. They, the subject, finished, the verb with the ed, the report, the object. It just proves the formula works seamlessly for everyday professional tasks.
And just to wrap up our regular examples, we discussed the plan. Once again, we see that incredibly satisfying structural consistency. The ed ending is applied right to the base verb, discuss. Honestly, no matter what regular verb you throw at this formula, the architecture holds up perfectly. Which brings us to Section 4, common irregular verbs.
Okay, but look, language is human, and humans aren't always consistent. Enter the grammatical rebels. These are the words that flat out refuse to follow our neat mathematical formula. And this brilliantly illustrates the issue. Compare the base form go to the past tense went. There is absolutely no ed in sight. The entire word shapeshifts. You obviously don't say goed, right? You say went.
Or take another massive phonetic shift. Buy becomes bought. They hardly even look related, yet they represent the exact same action, just shifted in time. You kind of just have to memorize these rebels because our standard structural architecture just won't build them.
Let's look at a couple more of these exceptions. We have the base form write changing to wrote and speak changing to spoke. Do you notice the pattern of the vowel mutations here? The I in write shifts over to an O for wrote. The EA in speak shifts to an O in spoke. So yeah, they completely break the main rule, but they do maintain their own subtle internal logic.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, using signal words. Now, if those irregular verbs felt a little chaotic, these practical cheat codes are going to hand you back total control. The golden rule is this:
Use signal words to confirm the past tense. You don't have to rely on the verb form all by itself. These surrounding clues verify beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are in the correct timeline.
Let's methodically list out some of these specific signal words. Yesterday, last week, ago, and in 2008. Every single one of these phrases acts as an undeniable context clue. Think about it. If a sentence contains the word yesterday, it is mathematically, actually scratch that, it's logically impossible for the action to be happening right now. They lock the sentence into the reality that the event has already happened.
And that brings us to the end of our structural explainer on time shifting. We've seen the map, defined the terms, tested the formula, met the rebels, and picked up some great cheat codes. But before we go, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. I want you to actively reflect on your own recent conversations. Think about the sentences you've been building. Tell me, what signal words did you use yesterday?